Hey everybody, how you doing today? This is going to be the second time I try this video. I did an unboxing of this already, but there was a problem with my camera and I ended up losing the video. So I'm going to give this another try. I have already unboxed this knife here. This is a handmade knife made by Ryan Carlson of New York knife maker. A very, very interesting guy. I'll just tell you a little bit about him before I get into the knife. Ryan Carlson is, I don't want to say starting out knife maker, but he's been doing this for a few years now, and he's getting better and better every time I see a knife of his. The first time I seen a knife of his was on a channel, a guy you may know called Jim Skelton. He deals a lot with higher end knives around the $1,000 range, and he introduced me to this knife maker. Very, very interesting guy. I can't keep saying that enough. He's someone who's basically a family man and makes knives because he likes to make knives. And he ends up selling them, and he does take requests for actual custom work. More on that later. Let's just get into the knife for now. This is a knife I bought off of his YouTube sale. The sale's still going on his actual website. This is his HD EDC backpacker knife. You can see it's a skeletonized handle, has no handle scales. It does have a nice paracord wrap that he did himself. I'll just take this out of the sheath for now. The sheath has really good retention, I just say that. You see the blade right there. It sort of is maybe signature style. He does have his own unique style, and it really does work for him. Really does work for me too. I can't say I don't like any of the style of his knives, and he has a lot of them. You see the IGWT, that stands for In God We Trust. He released a series of knives like this with that etched into the blade instead of his regular NYKM logo. These knives made from D2, hardened to 60 Rockwell. The heat treat's done by Peter's Heat Treat, really a reputable company. They deal a lot with Strider knives, so that should tell you the level of quality they're putting out for their heat treating. Just run through some quick specs on this knife. The overall length is 6.5 inches. The blade length is 2 3/16 inch. The blade steel, like I said before, is D2, hardened to 60 Rockwell. Heat treat by Peter's Heat Treating. The blade thickness is just over 1/4 of an inch. That seems to be his where most of his knives seem to be for thickness. He does the sort of overbuilt, smaller fixed blades. Another reason why when I found Ryan as a knife maker, I was really excited, because if you watch my channel, you know I'm really into the smaller size fixed blades. Usually around 7 inches and under is where I feel the best at. I haven't measured the weight of this. I'll put it in the annotations below, but for how thick this is and for the steel D2, it's actually quite comfortable and not that heavy. It's well balanced and it fits well in the hand. You see there, I get a good 4-finger grip on it, and in the pinch grip here you still get a 4-finger grip. I did change sort of the way he had the lanyard tied off here, but that's not really anything to do with the knife. A little bit about maybe the unboxing that I did do that got erased. My first impressions of this was wow. I paid $100 for this knife, for a legitimate handmade knife. At this sort of quality is pretty spectacular. I mean, just sort of give you a blade profile of what you're looking at with this. Let's see if I could do this a little better. You see that sort of blade geometry. Even though it's a very thick grind, That's a very thick blade stock. I mean, the grind on it's actually very lean, and this is a really good slicer. Very good for EDC. I have carried this a day now at work and used it instead of what I'm using regularly, the Spyderco Delica. Yeah, and it works awesome. No risk of breaking the tip or worrying about snapping this knife. It's definitely an overbuilt knife, but it really doesn't perform like an overbuilt knife would. Maybe just showing you a couple quick cuts here. This is just a regular thickness cardboard that I usually do, and you see there, it doesn't even really want to bind through the cardboard, and that sort of blade thickness, you'd expect it sort of to struggle through this, but not really. I mean, stabbing through there, you can see the amount of material it's trying to move aside, but when you're doing actual slices, it's quite easy. Doing this behind the camera, I'm trying not to stab my table right now, but the edge it came with is very sharp. I try to give you a close-up of it. You can see there it's pretty much at a mere polish, the very edge bevel. You see that reflecting? You can probably see the grind lines on it are nice. You have the vertical here and vertical on this top swedge, and then you have horizontal here. When I first opened this up in the video, I was super happy. I was amazed to see this sort of quality for that sort of price. I will be doing a testing video separately from this because of the complications that I had. But just showing you the sheath now. He does make his own sheaths, and they actually do work well for a knife of this thickness, and with a paracord wrap handle you do get a little tiny bit of movement, but this knife isn't coming out of the sheath, and there's no rattle, so that's an added bonus. The weight of this, even though it's a manageable weight for me, you'd expect it maybe to just shake out, but the retention's good. It does click in there. It is, the holes are set up for a Tech Lock large, which I have here. Maybe just while I'm talking, I'll put this on. When I seen Ryan's video on YouTube, I was pretty excited. He does these sort of knife sales, just selling sort of what he's made in the past, I would guess maybe a year or so, and sort of giving back to what he's already got, if that makes sense. That's getting back more to this guy's a really interesting guy. He does it, he makes these knives for the love of making knives, and then he goes and sells them for what a lot of people say is a very underrated price. $100 for a actual handmade knife where all the lines are created by hand. I mean, he's sitting there grinding this on a grinding wheel, and that's pretty amazing. The Tech Lock does sit on here in a couple different fashions. The one I do like is just the horizontal or the vertical carry. It does support the cross carry, and it does support the sort of cross draw or a scout style carry. And the thing I really like about this is that just with these two screws and the shape of this sheath, it sort of braces itself. So just that little ridge on the other side here is butted up against the Tech Lock, and it makes for a very secure fit. Really well thought out design for the sheath and for the knife. So there you go. Really good setup with the Tech Lock. Like I was saying, it's a really good design for this knife. When holding it like this, you get that sort of perfect pinch grip with your index finger and thumb right sort of above and below each other. There's no jimping on the ramp here, but I almost prefer that nowadays, especially with a sort of upswept thumb ramp like this. It still grips and it still braces your hand and your thumb, but even if you're using your knife like this and come up against something harder than you expect, it won't like tear your thumb apart. What else can I say about this? I haven't had too much use because I haven't had this for very long, maybe 2 days now, and I can't wait to get out and sort of use this. I'll post a video of a test of this, sort of my standard test nowadays, and sort of stay tuned for that. But just giving you sort of some close-ups of this. At some point I might take off this sort of gray or green paracord and put a different color on there, but for now I'm just going to leave it as it is because I'm still sort of feeling it out. The finger choil here is very comfortable. Due to that thickness of blade stock, you're not going to get sort of a pressure point against your finger, which is awesome. So you could grip this knife as hard as you want, and it's awesome because the blade thickness and no handle scales to see how it performs basic bushcraft tasks. So thanks for watching this video, and if you're interested in checking out more of this guy's knives, his name's Ryan Carlson, and I'll provide a link in the description below for his website. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, however you want to put it, that I won't offend you. And take care, guys. Bye.